What's going on, everybody? Week 11, wide receiver start sits for the week. I mean, we got a pretty good track record going. We're going to try to keep it going.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to try to get some good names out to you guys. Some that you may be expecting, some not. We like the bold theme.
Yes.
We're going to stick with the bold theme. Everybody's liked the bold theme for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's paid off.
It's worked. It's worked.
I mean, I think we've made a lot of money, people some money in FanDuel these past few weeks.
Yes. Yes.
We
indeed.
accept Venmo, PayPal, whatever. I mean, a thank you. I mean, we'll accept a like.
Subscribe.
I subscribe something. I mean, we like all that. I mean, we ain't expect you to share your money with us. But,
right.
But, give us a shout out, a like, a subscribe, something.
Yeah.
Throw a little nugget out there for us. We appreciate y'all. But no, we're going to get in some names here for you for wide receivers for week 11.
Mm-hmm.
A few bigger names on by, kind of, as of late. T.Y. Hilton's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie Anderson. Fantasy stud Robbie Anderson is out.
Yeah.
As far as San Francisco goes, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Carolina, the whole Devin Funches hype is on by. Honey Funches of Oats.
Yeah.
Not this week.
No.
We'll get you a few names here to plug into your lineup. Do it a little bit different. We're just going to start, flowing with the names. We're not going to go all starts, all sits. We're going to mix and match and just go with whatever feels best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever feels good.
Hey, well, since we're going kind of bold, this is pretty bold, but I want to go Fitzgerald this week.
Did you say bold or old?
A little bit of both.
Both.
Oh, Larry. But, against the Texans, and, we stated in a previous video about the quarterback and everything, how they've been so successful against, the Texans. So the beneficiary of this week is going to be Larry Fitzgerald, I think. I also like Nelson. I like J.J. Nelson as a kind of a sneaky play.
He's a sneaky Deefy?
Yeah.
Is it a DFS or a DFS?
Yeah.
Deefy?
Whatever.
DF? Whatever.
But I think Larry's going to get the majority of the targets, as he always does. But this week in particular is going to be, I think, just a little bit of an uptick because they've got to get the passing game going, in order to kind of balance things out. Adrian Peters is going to get his regardless, which I kind of like that, Aaron's he's committed to the run. He said it and he's, held fast to that. But again, they're going to have a passing game in order for them to start winning some ball games. And this is the best opportunity for them this week. The Texans have been very depleted, on their defense. And the past few quarterbacks that came in, they've orchestrated their offense. It's almost like they're playing against a YMCA team. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Texans just have not been good at all defensively. So I like Larry Fitz this week.
Bold and old.
Bold and old.
That's right. I'm going to go somebody a little bit farther down the list, not too far. And a lot of people were wondering if they should stash this guy while he got hurt.
Yep.
The team is just horrendous in New York, talking about the Giants.
Wow.
But Sterling Shepard's a little bit of a bright spot.
Yes.
I mean, Sterling Shepard had himself a great week as the sole, I can't say sole target, the sole wide receiver target for the Giants. I mean, Evan Ingram's still doing his thing from the tight end position, but 142 yards on 11 receptions for Sterling Shepard. And I mean, he looks good too. I mean, he's making tough catches. They're not just a bunch of dink and dunk little ones.
Yeah.
He's making some big plays. And on a team, yes, they're going to be going against Kansas City. Technically, Kansas City is the number one team to play receivers against. They're the last ranked passing defense in fantasy, but Kansas City's going to put some points up on that team, and they're going to be forced to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Who else are they going to throw it to besides him and Ingram?
Exactly.
Nobody?
No.
I mean, so Sterling Shepard started the year as a wide receiver 4-ish in fantasy. Started to kind of work up into his flex play, but now that since he's come back from his injury, Sterling Shepard is a solid wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
I mean solid wide receiver 2. He's produced since he's been back. And like I said, it's the target share. You chase the touches.
That's true.
He's gonna get the targets.
Yeah.
And he's more than capable of catching the ball. He's not a big play dependent guy. Right. I think he had 3 or 4 catches over 20 yards. I mean, he's very dependable. I love me some Sterling Shepard.
Hey. He's not bad, man. I mean, like I said.
I mean, you don't look too excited about him.
Well,
we'll see what happened I like my guy better than your guy.
Just a smidgen.
That's because he plays for the. Never mind. Go ahead. I know who. I don't even have to know. I know who you're going to go talk about.
You know.
Hang on, let me get on that beat for a second. Hang on.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to go with Mr. JuJu. I mean, he's only been just catching balls.
He just got his driver's license.
Yeah.
And he's in your starts of the week. Dude's like 19.
Well, when you say it like that, but
it sounds so much worse when you say it like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, he's clearly the number 2 receiver, in Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, I think, he worked himself into the offense this past week. He did decent. But JuJu has that, man, he has that big playability. He's getting consistent targets from Ben. It's started slowly coming up into the double-digit range, where him and Brown are kind of, going tick for tack, so to speak. And again, every week, you're going to get your number ones on Brown. So, JuJu, if he was in another offense, he would be a number 1 receiver, no doubt in my mind. He's just that talented. But again, playing in this still offense, he's second fiddle to Brown, and that's not a bad option. But going against the Titans, it's they can be thrown on. And the only bad side of this whole situation is starting JuJu. I would start him as a flex, number 1. Let's make that clear. 2, I think they'll get up on the Titans. Hopefully they'll start running the ball like they should have did last week, but
didn't.
I don't know what happened in that whole scenario, But I think I can see Bell having a big game this week. But I can also see JuJu. He'll score. I think
it's possible. He's very talented.
Man, that dude is awesome.
Crazy talented for 19 years old.
Yes.
Everybody loves the celebrations. I think they're kind of cheesy.
That's because you're still a hater.
That's right. But I mean, I don't know. They were mimicking the AJ Green fight yesterday.
Yeah.
That
was kind of.
It's just. It's fun. I'm glad to see him actually celebrating and doing stuff and making it more entertaining. But that part of it.
Yeah.
But then you got to realize
he's 19.
Dude's 19.
Exactly.
Okay, I kind of get it. You know what I mean? I was gonna go Alshon Jeffrey here, but based off of Alshon's past few games before the bye week, he's probably already an automatic start for most people. So I'm going to go to the 3rd wide receiver on that team. And I'm going to go to Mr. Nelson Agholor.
Yeah.
I mean, Nelson Agholor this week has that same potential he had earlier in the season. I mean, they're going up against Dallas.
Right.
Dallas is struggling, defensively in the secondary. Alshon's going to get his. If Ertz is healthy, I think the Eagles are going to shove it in this week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to be too pretty. I think the Eagles are going to come out on fire after their bye week. They're going to have Ajayi running the ball, Blunt in the mix. I mean, you got Alshon and Ertz and Agholor. I mean, and Wentz. The way Wentz is playing is out of this world. I mean, this offense, this team in general is just set up for big things.
Yeah. This is a kind of a side note, but which offense do you think is the most potent? The Saints or Philly?
I think Philly has the better overall offense. Because we really haven't seen Philly yet with the run game, though.
Right.
I mean, Ajayi only had a couple carries in his first game. If they come out and they can pound the ball consistently with Ajayi, I don't see how you're going to stop them.
Yeah. I mean, they got a 2-headed monster. Maybe not as good as the Saints per se, but I mean Blunt and Ajayi are more similar. That's where I think the situation will lie, where they won't be. They'll have to rely on one. I think going forward, they need a bell cow in Philly.
It's going to be Ajayi.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Ajayi is going to be the one that comes out and gets. He may not come out and get 20, 25 carries like he was. But he's going to come out and get 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Blunt's going to get 5 to 10. especially in games that they're up. Now I think in the past where they've been up in the second half, they've still been throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think in the second half of games they start relying on that run, especially when it gets colder, snowy weather, wet weather. I mean, what better thing to have than two bruising running backs when it's below zero outside?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody want to get hit by either of those guys.
No.
But no, back to Nelson Agholor.
Yeah.
A great start this week. I mean, I think we're going to see something similar to what he put up weeks 5 through 7.
Mm-hmm.
Touchdowns in all 3 weeks, right anywhere between 50 and 90 yards. I mean, that's a great week. You're talking about 15 fantasy points, easy. I mean, Dallas has no answer for him this week. He's kind of going to be the wild card free guy running, running around. And I have all the confidence in the world that Carson Wentz will be able to find him.
Yeah, that dude's phenomenal, man. This guy, man, and it's kind of hard to say this because of the recency bias you may look at his performance this past week. Robert Woods.
Don't do it.
He went off.
He went way off.
I mean, he was off the charts.
He went way off 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
He's had 4 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks.
He has.
He's had, let me do my quick math here, 48 fantasy points in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're going to do what with him?
I'm going to sit him.
Oh.
I'm going to sit him. But here's the thing. And again, our whole theme is bold. But it may be one of those situations where sitting this guy could potentially save your week. I just don't see the repeat performance this week. The game flow is going to be a little bit different. They're going against the Vikings, who the secondary is not shabby at all. Xavier Rhodes is sort of banged up, but still, I'd take 80% Rhodes versus, some of these other corners you got out there. Terrence Newman. I mean, they've got some weapons, in that defensive secondary. So I just don't see it. I think it may be more of a Cooper Kupp week. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the Rams offense is not going to flow. Gurley, he's going to do well. Goff, I think, will be decent. I just don't think Woods is going to be that guy. That's my bold pick.
Okay.
So next week, you guys.
I couldn't help but sit here and as you were listening,
I
just came up for a nickname for the wide receivers in Los Angeles.
All right.
2 dudes in a cup. Right?
Whoa. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
2 dudes in a cup. All
wow.
Right. I mean,
wow.
I mean, you're sitting here making some valid points, and that's the only thing running through my mind, and I couldn't get past it. All right, I'm going to go with a guy who's been way consistent all year long.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Balled out this past weekend.
Yep.
The return of Diggs, and everybody kind of thought Thielen would kind of go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Both those guys are studs.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be playing against the Rams this week.
Yep.
They're going to be throwing to stay in the game. Could be a high-scoring game. However, boldness.
Okay.
This is a Diggs week.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit Thielen. But I'm going to say it this way.
Okay.
I would sit Thielen as one of my wide receivers. He's still, to me, this week a flex play. I just think that the Rams try to take away the dink and dunk small throws that turn into big plays for Thielen, and I think they're going to make Diggs beat him deep. And I think Diggs can do that. He's proven to do that.
Yeah.
He's healthy, obviously. Case Keenum has no issues throwing it up there for him. I see this being – I don't think he's going to have a bad game. I just don't think he's going to go out there and get you 100 yards and a touchdown this week. No. I'm looking more like 4 or 5 catches for 50, 60 yards. He'll be there and he'll get the first downs here and there, but I don't think he's going to have the big, huge boom home run game. So flex play only for Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
And Mac disagrees, but okay.
Well, no. I mean, I agree. I picked Thielen this past week, and it kind of worked out, in cash games and everything. But I know I could see that. I mean,
Diggs is a diva. As much as nobody really wants to talk about it, he's very much a diva.
Yeah,
and Thielen's kind of taking the spotlight a little bit.
Yeah.
So Diggs needs to be caressed.
Yeah.
And this is a Diggs week.
Hey,
Diggs is going to go off this week.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig? I mean, he's not even one of my starts, but I'm gonna make him one. You know, like a participation award right now, just because we've been talking about him so much.
Yeah,
Diggs. This is a Diggs week.
Well, I think this guy that I'm getting ready to expound upon, he's gonna have a pretty big week. I would think. Now I know the quarterback situation is a little iffy, and the guy I'm talking about is Mike Evans, but I think he's gonna have a bounce back week. You know, that whole situation, you know, a week ago and everything, and he was, you know, ejected or he was suspended rather. He's going to come back with a little fire. Fitzpatrick, man, is not a bad quarterback at all. And I think this matchup with the Dolphins, it could be a Mike Evans game. For one, they're going to be down because I think the Dolphins are going to come out. They're going to score, and you know, you got Drake, you know, you got Cutler's going to play decent enough at home. But Fitzpatrick is going to have to throw the ball, and Mike Evans is his best option. Cam Brate, I don't understand why he's not targeting him. He's the second best receiver other than D-Jax. But D-Jax is one of those big play guys.
Yeah, big play dependent.
Yeah, and he's gonna draw a lot of attention. So that's one good thing. You know, having Deshaun Jackson, because they got to respect, you know, his big playability, his speed. They got to respect it. So Mike Evans is going to come out with a little fire, and I think it's not a bad start this week.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask about Mike Evans based off of his inconsistent year and his hot head and the loss of Jamison. Should I trade him? Should I keep him? If you got him, you got to play him. I mean, you can't really just sit him. I mean, you just got to kind of hope. I mean, he's talented enough where he can go out there and have a big game no matter who he's playing.
Yeah.
You just kind of got to be patient with him.
Yeah.
And even though Fitzmagic is the quarterback, he's done it before.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun to see Fitzpatrick against McCown this past week.
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, playing against their former teams. And then I heard something about they've played for a combined 14 teams or something between. It was some crazy number.
Yeah.
But I mean, they played everywhere. Side note. All right, this is going to be my last bold one of the week.
Okay.
And I'm not doing this to rub this in. I'm not. I'm prefacing this
beforehand
with this. This has nothing to legitimately point the finger at you.
Okay.
They're playing the number one toughest pass defense in the league.
Okay.
Against Pittsburgh. Joe Hayden is out. This is the coming out party of Corey Davis. I've circled this date on my calendar. This is the beginning of Corey Davis. His schedule gets way easy after this. Yes, the numbers are skewed slightly because Pittsburgh's been so great all year. I think losing Joe Hayden hurts. I don't think it cripples them by any means, but it hurts.
Right.
Corey Davis is going to score his first NFL touchdown this week, and he's going to get close to 100 yards.
That's bold.
That's bold, right?
That is.
Never even scored a touchdown.
Hey.
This week against the hardest defense in football, Duke going to go off.
I mean, he's got all the potential in the world, you know, no doubt about it. That's a good one. I mean, of course, you know, I differ just a tad bit, but I see your logic in it. And again, like I said, I mean, Corey Davis is a phenomenal talent, man. And I
don't think Corey Davis has reached that number one status yet.
Right.
I think they still kind of view Matthews kind of as their number one. Corey's on his way to being that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the top corners for Pittsburgh are probably still going to be on Matthews. It's not like Davis is going to get some shutdown corner on him. Big body, throw it up, let him get it. Quick, great catch radius. Corey Davis, after this, he gets the Colts and the Texans.
Wow.
Corey Davis coming out party starts week 11.
Hey, mark it down. Well, my last sit is going to be Mr. Jamison Crowder. And, you know, we've talked about the Saints. We've talked about them. And, you know, preferably their defense. And it's no joke, man. And it's weird.
The Saints / 85 Bears.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is weird to even say it. But
the Steel Curtain Saints.
Oh, wait a minute. You're going too far now. I got to stop you there. But again, I mean, hey, these guys are tough, man. I mean, that whole team, it's weird, man. I mean, can you imagine a Saints Philly?
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
no.
It's crazy.
It is. I mean, both those offenses right now are,
man.
Which is weird is that they're amazing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Saints are doing it by running the ball.
Yeah.
The Philly has been doing it by throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But I could totally see it here this last second half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are going to start trying to take away the run from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew Brees could unleash fury here at any moment.
Yeah, that's possible.
And people are going to start taking away the pass from Carson Wentz and making the run game beat him. And Jay Ajayi could have a huge second half with Blunt. I mean, but both these teams are capable of just flipping the switch and changing their entire game plan. Not too many teams can do that.
They're probably the only two.
They probably are.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I would put Dallas maybe kind of up there with with Zeke was there.
Right.
That they could go run heavy or pass heavy if they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Zeke's not there, they don't have that option.
Yeah.
Especially with the offensive line banged up. But both New Orleans and Philly, it's really hard to game plan against them because they could do. I mean, Drew could go out this week legitimately and throw for 500 yards.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, man. I mean,
could happen. I mean, it's probably not.
Well, I mean, he's still got the weapons. I mean, we hadn't even heard from Willie Snead all year. And Willie Snead is still a viable option. Brandon Coleman, I mean.
Kobe Fleener? Not so much Fleener.
Not so much. But, yeah. I mean, Jamison Crowder.
Forgot you were talking about Crowder.
Yeah, I know. We
got on a tangent, yeah.
But, he right now is probably, other than Vernon Davis, the most reliable receiving option right now. Other than Chris Thompson, you can throw it to him out of the backfield as well, but I just don't see him doing that much against the Saints. The Saints are they're shutting people down, man. Mm-hmm. It's just ridiculous.
Find another option.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Well, those were our start sits this week for Week 11 wide receivers. We appreciate you guys following. Make sure you're hitting that like button for us, sending us some comments, some questions, concerns, whatever you got. We'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, we enjoy talking to everybody.
Yeah, if you just want to talk about life, we got you.
We got you. Whatever you got. Whatever you got. You got girl problems?
Hey.
he can help you out. You know what I mean?
99 problems.
You know what I mean? Okay. Well, that went south really quick.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, whatever you guys want to talk about, we're more than happy to reach out, help you guys. We enjoy talking to all the new people.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoy being able to help out. I mean, we get these messages with people thanking us for the help, man. That's why we do this.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We ain't getting paid for this.
No,
we do this just for fun and for love.
Yes, indeed.
For y'all. But, hey, no, check us out on Twitter, Facebook. Email us. Get in touch with us, whatever you got to do. Help you get that dub this week. Right?
You got to win, baby.
That's right. You know why? Because losing sucks.
Yes.
That's right. All right. You guys have a good rest of your week.
Peace.